There's a voice deep inside of me most don't understand. They're happy and contented among the haunts of man. For me the past keep calling through the miles and the noise. The vision of the north, the mountains and the sky. It calls to me forever, will until I die. The path's been long and winding, it's wound on through the years. In times when all the struggle, it almost disappears. But in those quiet moments, though dim, I hear it still. The soft voice is bidding me, I know. It always will. Where freedom reigns, and the north wind blows my cares away, where I can find my way home to the wild. When deep inside your heart there's a longing to be free, to touch the mountain's grandeur, to sleep among the trees. The path grows brighter and your heart's the one that sees. So come with me along the path, your heart will find the way. Where freedom reigns, and the north wind blows my cares away, when I find my way home to the wild, home to the wild.
Hey, how's it going? What you been up to?
Well, doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, not much, but my kids have built a cabin. You want to come see it?
Sounds great. I remember growing up, I always dreamed of building my own log cabin. I've always loved the forest and history. So the colonial settlement of this area, especially the stories of my own ancestor, Wright Skinner, who came here during the Revolution, inspired me, gave me such a desire to live that way myself. So at 18 or 19, my cousin and I borrowed my grandfather's double-bitted axe and bit and brace, and set to work felling somewhere around 50 red pine logs. We'd start at dawn, often work into the night by the bright light of mullein and tallow torches. It was one of the best experiences of my life. We learned so much in the process. It took us almost a month to dig the cellar, not an easy chore barefoot. Laid up the stone foundation, and another month to raise the log walls and peg them together. Every rock was collected from the old stone wall on the hill above, and wheeled there in our rickety old wheelbarrow. Every log we carried from the pine grove by the river below. When we first started, we could barely lift them working together. By the end, I was carrying them out alone on my shoulder. I had just built the door and windows, put in my Kalamazoo wood stove with the baking oven, was finishing up chinking the logs in the first snowfall of the year when I found out the land was being sold. It was heartbreaking to have my dream ripped away from me, just as it was beginning. But looking back, I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
You know, I had an experience something like that when I was younger. My family staked some land out in the Alaska bush. We spent hours hauling material like nails, wood stove, and all the supplies needed to build a cabin that we couldn't harvest off the place. We spent more hours cutting and hauling logs and then notching and laying them up. During all those hours traveling along the trails and toiling through the snow and the mud, a deep love for the wilderness grew up. I was 15 or so when the first idea of living out there began to form in my mind. But society and those around me consistently pressed upon me that it was not a real option and that I needed to have a real life like everyone else. I have traveled many miles since then. I've lived in the jungles of Asia, on the east coast of the U.S. and in the Midwest, on the west coast and in Alaska. I've farmed and I've worked at many jobs, but I have never been able to erase that calling that was born in me as an early teen. I still long to live in the wilderness. I have tried to make a normal life, but the call to the wilderness just seems to grow stronger with each passing year.
Looks great. Your kids did an awesome job.
Yeah, I thought so too. Hey, I wanted to let you know we have made the decision to sell the farm and move back to our cabin in Alaska.
We've been talking about it too. We've decided to move back to the woods as soon as possible. Build another cabin for our family. There's a voice deep inside of me most don't understand. They're happy and contented among the haunts of men. For me, the paths keep calling through the miles and the noise. A vision of the north, the mountains and the skies. It calls to me forever.